Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover BRC20s, taps, bitmaps, and of course, ordinals. We have a really good show for you tonight. So I was on Twitter earlier, and I got a message from IMSO Chris, and he said, "Yo, I want to come on. I have some updates for you guys." So I said, "Yo, let's do it tonight. Let's get it going." So we have that for you tonight. We bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm excited, man. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. People say ordinals are dead, but then we got people building in the background, and we're about to see some nice updates.
Yeah, man. So if you guys haven't watched the last one, I'll have that in the show notes for you. Go watch that one first, so you guys get caught up on the Bitmap Valley and everything Chris is building, because we're gonna go right into some major stuff that you might not be up to date with. So go watch that video first. Come back here and then watch this. We got some really good dates. So without further ado, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend, IMSO Chris. What's up, buddy?
Oh, it switched to blur. Hold on, that looks like shit. How is everybody doing today? Oh, dude, it's brutal. It's brutal. I was actually trying to make sure it didn't do that. All right, so hey, look at me, a bunch of shit in the background. What do you know? What you know, mate? So, and now I was complaining before we got this that there's some shadows, and then I switched the screen that my monitor's on. Motherfucker, it is bright in here. All right, so we're running, cooking with gas full on. I appreciate you guys. Definitely enjoyed the last space. Users won't be as boring this time. And yeah, a little bit of updates, some alpha. You guys are always super active. I've seen some of the interviews you've done recently. They've been great. Definitely getting along well with the track guys, and we'll talk about that in a little bit with Hero. And very interested in tap. ONWA holders. There might be a tap token that's your first. That's your first whitelist. So
nice.
We'll talk about that when we need to talk about that. So just something, right? I like the idea of tap. I like like how active the track team is. People have their own opinions about the way things are going, but some of the ordinal theory is great, and it's concise, and we're able to build on top of the theory and make it stronger. And then some things are a little more convoluted, and some more structure and some more options actually add a little bit of user opportunity, because it may not feel user friendly to the person who's involved, but it's because we're we're a good mix of tech savvy and retail investors that are figuring out how to do these different inscriptions and stuff. From a developer standpoint, the more structure, the more data, the more info that I can place or pull or set. Well, you guys know why I like Bitmap if you go to the first thing, right? So data matters to me. So I'm very interested in tap. I'm very interested in the way that they broke this down and how that can work alongside not just maybe some sort of, utility or value asset, but also how that can help with parceling and other things. So, but again, that's a full conversation for a totally different time.
I'm excited for that.
No
man.
Red Bull tonight. It's too late for Red Bull. Usually it's a Red Bull.
Yeah, man. But we are huge fans of what Benny is building. We're always in their Discord. We're always talking to Benny and everything. So for you to say that there's potential partnership with the TAP protocol, obviously not with track itself, but with the TAP protocol, with everything he has built, and I think that's pretty amazing. I can't
more
wait
like
to see what you do
more
next.
like integration, right?
Yeah,
integration.
You know what I'm saying?
Better word.
Yeah. And again, we'll talk about it here very shortly with Hero Wallet, right? Because they're super active right now. They don't have as much on their plate. I think they kind of been out a little longer. They've got everything really well defined. So for me, it's very interesting talking with and participating in groups with the Hero team, because they're really on it. You know what I mean? And again, we'll go over that here in just a moment. So, but any more introductions?
I think we're good to go, man.
Yeah. Let's. Well, I did want real quick your opinion on with something like the TAP protocol with ordinals. We're trying to still figure out this infrastructure. Are you all for builders kind of throwing stuff against the wall, seeing if it sticks, kind of like what Benny's been doing, or are you? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, dude. If you can bring Satoshis in and out to transact payments, then whatever it needs to be used in the short term can be used in the short term.
Gotcha.
And the value is probably derived from the use case. So do I necessarily think that making things more convoluted by like, okay, so it's like the same argument is, oh, well, you've adopted .bitmap, but if I were to call it .bitcrack and like give a similar use case, you could use that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. How many holders do you have?
Yeah.
How interested in are people in Bitcrack? Which I think I'm very interested. I know it doesn't even exist, and I'm thinking about Bitcrack. All right, that's probably a good one. So one of you guys out there, you want to take that one? DM me first, IMSO.bitcrack, and we're good. So
I'm launching that coin tonight,
dude. I'm saying. So like at the end of the day, that's the way I look at this. Is like whatever has attraction from people that are interested. Because remember, the reason I'm inspired by bitmaps in the first place, Web3 technology in general, but I find that there's like, you're either like super into bitmaps or you're like super unsure about bitmaps. The reason I'm not unsure at all is just because the interest and the holder count and the community, being is like, I guess it grew pretty quickly, right? So for me, I look and I say, yes, it could be replicated. Yes, it could be maybe even replaced in the future. But when I look at when I look at something like TAP versus BRC20s, I hate to say it, but that's kind of what's happening here. It's like, do you do a TAP token or a BRC20, right? If you have indexing, it's really hard to say like, well, with the BRC20, I use the Unisat indexer. With TAPS, I use the track indexer. So why can't I accept both TAP tokens and BRC20s? Now, if one of them happens to be more fungible, more functional, well, then that's probably the one that users are going to enjoy the experience of the most. And then this is how it can win, right? And so for me, it's the same reason we're using friend tech and building toward base, because it's like, it's not hard. It's not like we have to do a bunch of shit to add base wallets to give new users access to our communities and contents. Even Bitmap Valley, you can let motherfuckers from Solana visit and base visit. Why wouldn't you want more people in your space? They can't own shit, and they have to onboard to Bitcoin if they want to buy shit.
Yeah.
But like, don't you want them to come do shit? So like, let them come do shit, and then like maybe the shit
onboard
they do.
them.
Exactly. Maybe the shit they do is worth them going and downloading the Xverse or the Hero wallet or whatever it might be. But for me as a builder, it's like, yeah, bro, I get you. I kind of do hate the idea of there being 50 different options, but to me it looks like there's 2 different options.
Yeah.
And like both of them have an indexing service, and one of their indexing services also happens to service bitmaps, which has more holders than like any BRC20. So now we start looking at that and we start saying, okay, well, what about like .sats names and versus .btc or .xbt? Well, you just look at how many holders have .sats names, and it's like, okay, well, then you build toward .sats users, and that infrastructure that you build for .sats users could be reused to incorporate .xbt or BTC users if it happens to surpass .sats one day. But what I learned a long time ago is build for the motherfuckers who care about, like, build for the motherfuckers who want you to build, but remember here, it's the technology that is seeming to get people excited. So whether it is about friend tech, or whether it is about Bitcoin ordinals, or it is about BRC20s, or it is about TAP protocol, or Solana, or ETH, or whatever the fuck it is, the only people using this shit right now are the people who actually are interested in the technology. So for me, in a bear market, I mean, all I should be doing is building for the people who are interested in technology. So like TAP token seems to have people's interest, and bitmaps have people's interest. So, I know how a BRC20 works, and we have the BRC20. Most of your listeners own it. Okay, so why not also have a TAP token and make that a much higher supply and make that some form of utility or currency token, like probably not currency because you don't have like a market to base the value off of, but it can definitely be like a bartering tool or a utility tool that allows you different opportunities, no different than like in OXBT. And if it happens to be more efficient than a BRC20 layout, well guys,
the market will just play out.
And every builder will just use tap.
Yeah. And I think we also have to remember, like, the creator of Tap Protocol had created, just kind of like you guys, has the track token, which is a BRC20. So, I'm sure that if Tap becomes the more popular token, there will be some sort of transferring mechanism or whatever. But that's later down the line for Benny.
Well, and just think of the implementations, and I know we're not trying not to go down a tangent here, but it's almost like a Spaces based on what you just said. Like, think about the implications of that. They do have a BRC20 that's had some success and has users and recognition, but they still see a problem with the underlying functionality of a BRC20, and through their own experiences and attempts to do something good for their holders and their community, they realize, wait a minute, perhaps there's just a better way to do this in general. So it's really hard to discredit a group of individuals who do have these other things in place, such as the indexer, their experience, their BRC20 token, and then they say, but look, we think that there's an even greater way to add functionality. And then if we had this token style, like this type of token where we could add more functionality, then we could provide more value to their holders. Because think about it, like the track token, they're probably thinking to themselves, how do we help this sustain value so that people want to continue to use this? And I have some ideas for them, honestly, that we'll do in private, but I think it does probably require a superior version of token, not like, I don't even know what to fucking call it, token structure, than BRC20. So, but we'll see. That doesn't mean Tap is going to be the one.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like a really great start, and it looks really fucking interesting, and I'm going to definitely be diving deeper.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but, that guy is always working. Benny has to be one of the hardest, besides you, of course. But he has to be
Benny's always working, dude. I got kids, so every once in a while I'm forced to stop and do something else. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, got to deal with school and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I get a few breaks, and I won't lie to you guys. I hit 74 on Diablo, man, trying to get to 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be sacrificing 2 hours of sleep every night for that. You know what I mean? I sleep a little bit less. That's why I'm drinking Coca-Cola at 10:40 at night. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and tell the people basically real quickly. I just want to show a couple updates, runner game, and talk about real briefly something that's coming up for that and how that applies to everyone on all these different chains. I'd also like to show a couple concepts that we've finished for Bitmap Valley, such as a residence that would be able to be turned into a parcel, the bitmap generator that will give people an idea, well, not an idea, but I'll just explain some shit to them. And then the store concept, where I will also demonstrate. Of course, it may not let me turn on, I just realized this. I may have to turn the camera off here on StreamYards for a moment to turn the camera on inside of Bitmap Valley.
Okay.
But I really want to do it this time. I also have a laptop right next to me.
You could probably jump in as a fourth.
Yeah, I could probably just use the computer to the right of me now that I looked over and saw it. So maybe just X everything I just said, because that was embarrassing. But yeah, no.
Man, y'all been working, dude. You got like 4 updates.
Okay, so the MacBook next to me is actually dead, so I'm less of an asshole because of that. Plug this in over here.
I'm interested in the shopping. It's an augmented reality, he said, so that's gonna be cool.
Well, what I'm going to show you guys is pretty simple layout and a concept. What I want everyone to see today basically is just a few examples of, so that their brains can start thinking, because we do have quite a few people that are ready to get to this, and it's just a few examples of what kind of instances could be held in here and what kind of things you could do in here, and just from the examples that we have fully online here, we would be able to just give them a brief example. I'm just trying to give an example. I use the word like 6 times. This is literally just supposed to give you a very simplistic idea so that you can run with these ideas and start thinking of the ideas that you would like to implement down the road over these next few months. So, all right, first thing we're going to do though, finished product, is the endless runner. I just want to show you guys that, get it out of the way. So if you can make my screen viewable to the peoples. All right. So I have to change screen so I can't see myself anymore. Basically, you'll see we've updated this message because we have a new way that we're going to offer the incentives. Basically, we are going to be doing an announcement pretty soon with a pretty big audience of people. And essentially, it's going to be a giveaway where 3 different individuals that play our endless runner can win a pretty decent amount of money. If you pay attention, I don't know if I should say it on camera, but it's like $1,500 or more equivalent, essentially, for 3 players up for grabs for a 2-week period. When we make the announcement, we will give the dates and make it very clear. This runner game is completely free to play. The only thing that it requires is that you do log in with a wallet. So when you do come to our website, which I can give to you guys so you can put it in the comments or whatever, but it is live right now. It is run.imsonft.io. And when you click Let's Go, you'll see that they've got a select wallet, which will ask me about Phantom or Backpack. And then we have the Bitcoin wallet, which includes Hero and Xverse. And what we will be adding over the next few days is MetaMask for ETH and then Base as well. And that's going to help us with our pretty much our users acquisition. So we'll go ahead and use this little Bummo account. I got some of my NFTs in, and we're going to go ahead and sign that message. And this will be my first time logging in with a Hero wallet. Oh, I don't think it'll let me do that. BMV Chris. I don't think it'll let me do the other one because I have that name saved under a different wallet. All right, so what you'll see first and foremost is there are 1,500 coins up here in the corner. Everyone who logs in with the Hero wallet or the Xverse wallet for their first time will receive 1,500 coins. What that does is that allows you to buy power-ups inside of the shop, and those will help you last longer inside of the game. You can choose 3 power-ups whenever you originally... So right now I'm going to use 90 coins. I give you 1,500. I'm going to use 90 coins. I fucking hit next and send it back. Market. Use 90 coins. I buy those. Now those go into my... 1 second here. Look, Butters has 37,500. Dude,
that's your Discord whale, right?
Yeah, and earlier, dude, I didn't mean to click the leader or the rank thing, but I just, dude, it's crazy because earlier I posted a video. My score was 8,300. The dude's got 37,000. Anyway, so from market, there's also inventory. We can choose up to 3 power-ups, and you'll notice that they come up in the screen here. Click next. Now, I am doing this from the computer, obviously, but this does work on your phone. We are adding a few more avatars here soon. Right now, we have Lily from Bloomverse, My Robotic Chimp, Bitcoin Bud, and one of the ordinals. So I will go ahead and run as my chimp. We have 2 different stages, and basically no matter what wallet you log into, what avatar or what stage you choose, we're going to have the leaderboard act globally so that all participants are ranked on the leaderboard. The way the giveaway is going to go is anyone who plays the game, each time you score more than 6,900 points, you're going to get 1 entry into the giveaway for 30% of the prize pool. Then the second person who will be chosen is if anyone uses the shop which the minimum amount in the shop I think is somewhere around like $10 to purchase additional coins, which are transferable to other games that we're building. So they're not just for this game. You'll be able to buy power-ups and stuff in our other games. But I'm going to go ahead and run into the wall now because I basically was just playing the game. It's actually really enjoyable. So I kind of get lost in it while I was talking to you. What's really enjoyable is that I'm using WASD. If I push up, I have a long jump. But while I'm long jumping, if I push down, it actually will land me faster. I don't want to hit my head. Hold on. So long jump, when I push down, you see how it puts me down? So we thought that would add interesting mechanics, that we could add different kinds of stages where you would be able to like maybe go up and down things, or basically just have to... we want to add stuff. So like we want to add different power-ups. If you've ever played Subway Surfer, have you ever played Subway Surfer?
Yes.
Okay, we want to open this up more like Subway Surfer. So just to give you an example. So basically, I used 90 of the coins. I bought some power-ups. I went in. I made my run. I did horrible. Probably not even going to be on the ranks anywhere because I think right now we're recording top 50. We're going to open this up, though, and basically, again, whoever has top spot, which is currently Butters, whoever has top spot at the end of the play period, they will receive 30% or 33% of the prize pool. One person from the leaderboards that has at least 6,900 points or more will be chosen as a winner, and each time that you make a purchase in the shop, even if it's just one purchase of $10, you will be entered into a raffle that is roughly $500. So we looked at what a lot of the NFTs that raffle off for, $5 or $10. You usually win an NFT that's worth about $100 whenever you spend about $10 on a raffle. So we thought, to get people using the tech, trying out the payment rails and seeing how smooth and good and quick everything is, anyone who spends $10 or more in the shop, each time you do that, you get entered into the raffle for $500 worth of cryptos, which real cryptos, but I think I have to say worth of crypto, like, because it might be USDC, Solana, it might be Satoshis, ETH, Bonk, right? So it just depends on what you want. So basically, we are doing the giveaway in Bonk, but if you are using Bitcoin, we will convert your winnings to Satoshis or something of your choice. If you are using a Solana wallet, you will receive it in Bonk. And if you're on ETH or Base, we will convert it for you as well. So, if you do win because from a MetaMask or a Bitcoin wallet, you'll get paid in the currency that you choose. If you win from a Phantom or a Backpack wallet, you'll receive it in Bonk. And that's just because it's our partners. Freaking love these guys. So that's 3 different ways that you can win. It'll be over a 2-week period. Now, if we have enough participants and we happen to, let's say that enough people use the shop and there's $2,500 or $3,000 worth of transactions in the shop, then on the next 2-week period, we will raise the amount of money that gets distributed. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then if they realize that putting a little bit in helped them get more out and they put even more in, let's say that this time there's $5,000 that goes to the shop, well, then the next 2-week period is going to have a higher payout. And we will do this. We don't give... Send $25,000 to the shop. The 2 weeks after that are gonna be crazy. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not shy about how this works, and we're trying to show people that you can definitely have fun with this. And then soon we'll have a multiplayer feature added to this, where you can create a lobby and you can set an amount of Bonk or Satoshis or whatever currency on ETH we choose to embrace as a gamble mechanism, where basically you and like 3 other players are in a lobby and you all put up 100,000 Bonk apiece, and then you all start your run. Last man running with the highest score gets all the Bonk.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Oh, wow.
I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when you say give money to the shop, do you mean like in the beginning when you showed us like sending 90 coins to purchase those 3 power-ups, or is that something different?
Yeah, and they're, in order to get the coins, so we're going to implement Bitcoin payment rail next. We haven't implemented that yet, so you don't see it here on on this, but let me go ahead and just go to the wallet, log out real quick. And then let's go back in. I think I've got my bum phantom on here. I think I know the password. Should be 9 zeros. There we go. And not 8. And you'll see I've already got some coins, and I've done my highest score on this account is 12,800. So you'll see that I've already got some inventory, so I can just select the inventory like a magnet. You guys know how that works. You activate the magnet, and it pulls all the coins to you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Respawn, 2x multiplier. Those are probably your best 3. Magic Carpet's kind of fun, and it does a magnet thing too, but you know, it's just fun. I would say your most practical are the magnet, the 2x multiplier, and the respawn. The 2x multiplier activates for 30 seconds. Respawn is automatic after you take 3 hits, you get 3 more. And then magnet will pull them all into you. So if you have ran through a respawn and you're starting to get low and it's getting fast, hit that magnet and collect as much as you can before you die. Market's the same here. However, if you look at my coins, there's a plus sign next to them. Mm-hmm. So when I click that plus sign, see 0.5 Sol, 500 coins, right? 1,500 coins for 1 Solana, 5,000 coins. So you get basically 500 free for 3 Sol. So basically 1 Sol is about $20, right? You get 1,500 coins, which I give all of you for free the first go, right? For using Hero or X-Rich, y'all get $20 worth of coins. And then those coins can be used to buy the items under market, and then those are stored in your inventory. And then before you start your run, you select your inventory and you see them show up in the screen here. Then you click next. Now we've got more avatars over here and we'll incorporate some more soon. Hopefully the audio is probably fucking horrible. I didn't even think about that. So you might have to mute me because I could turn the audio off. I just didn't even think about it. So basically, if you look up at those power-ups, I can technically click them with the mouse, but if you want it, I'm using WASD right now. If I switch to the arrow keys, which I find to be the most efficient way to play this, is with my right hand on the arrow key. Oh, I didn't hold down long enough. You have to hold down a little bit longer on that one. But I can use 1 to activate the magnet, 3 to activate the 2x multiplier.
That's cool. The magnet's pulling all the bonk coins to you.
Oh, yeah, and I use the 2x multiplier. Fuck, I keep forgetting these are a little bit longer, so you have to like hold the slide for a little bit longer on that map. God, dude, I hate this. I'm so bad at this one. I always play the pyramid one. I always forget what. See, I don't know my obstacles that well either. I forget what I'm supposed to jump over and what I'm supposed to slide under. And those jet engines, you're supposed to slide longer, but some avatars get stuck in the slide, so then you gotta like pop out of the slide. But that's why we added the down, because we wanted like a long jump so we could have the freedom to be a little creative. But like when I'm up, I can immediately put myself down by just pushing down. And so, like, for me, it made a lot of sense. It's like, well, hold on, that almost gives you more freedom and an additional control that's not actually present in other games like this. So then I could technically, like, you could play through and I could turn this into a platformer, because you can jump up and down, because you can go up, down, up, down, up, down. You know what I mean? You could go up and down, up and down, up and down. So, like, you could technically play a side, like, we could change the view to be side-scrolling, and you could have a bonus level that was, like, literally like a side-scroller. See how I was able to slide through all that? I had to keep holding down. If you hold down, you slide longer. Anyway, so shop can be used, you know, minimum $10 purchase. We're going to incorporate Bitcoin to that as well. I think that purchase will be a little bit higher, like $15 or $20 minimum, but you get double. You basically get the 1 Sol deal. And then again, anyone who does that, which is probably a fairly small pool of people, even if it's a couple hundred people, you get an opportunity to 25x. Plus, you now have power-ups that you can obviously probably get a higher score. I mean, you got to beat Butters, right? So like you should play it until you're getting close to Butters' score and then get yourself some power-ups. But I give you some free ones. You know, this isn't about making a bunch of money on the first run. We really want people to play it, and the more money the shop brings in, then the more bonk that we're going to give out in the following incentive period, and then just keep rotating that. So, like, let's say $1,500 of revenue is generated from this. Then the next 2-week period will be another $1,500. And this gives people the ability to actually engage. Now, Chris, what if I win nothing and I just waste my time? Well, that's impossible. If you log in with a Phantom wallet, you earn bonk, motherfucker. Like, I just earned bonk, right? So now if you look up at the top of my screen, I have bonk right there. So what happens when I click that? Oh, really? Claim? Okay.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying? I just earned bonk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and here's the TX. Look.
Wait, where did you earn that bonk from?
The coins I was picking up in the game, dude.
Oh, wow. Oh,
what are you talking about? Where else would I got it from?
That's dope. I like that.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's like if Subway Surfers paid you bonk, dude. Yeah. So let's run our... I'm going to show you real quickly again. Your users are probably cool with this. Look at the token. So every time I grab that token...
Oh, it's the bonk logo, yep.
Yeah. So it's... Look at my score. It's 5 points per token, and then each level, which is each obstacle area, is like 500 points or something like that. And you'll notice that that's marked by an L. So this is L3. So I've made it through my third set of obstacles. I've got 1,075 points, and I've got 90 bonk, because each token is 5 points and 5 bonk.
That's awesome. So I can just sit there and earn bonk all day if I wanted to.
Yes, and to stop bots from farming it, because like we can kind of catch bots. To stop them from farming it hard, they actually have to play it through. I'll show you. Let's see. I'm realizing right now we need an exit button, because you have to die. Normally I die on accident, not purpose. Okay, so I just withdrew bonk. Yep. You'll notice that when I go to click it, you already claimed your daily bonk. You can come back at 12. Oh, okay. That's supposed to say at 12:01 a.m. PST. I don't know what happened to this message, because it definitely used to say that. But it's supposed to say you can come back at 12:01 a.m. PST. So basically at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time every day, so 2 a.m. for me, it resets. So like you can earn bonk all day while you can just play and earn bonk, but when you claim it, you have to wait for the reset timer, which is how like World of Warcraft works.
Yeah.
With your dailies, they reset at 12 PST. So I thought same thing here, reset at 12 PST. That way everybody gets till midnight, including California, and then you can withdraw again. But that way bots don't just come in and farm and withdraw and farm and withdraw. And bonk is only worth X amount of money, so you need to earn, but you can earn thousands a day. I mean, dude, you could technically earn like infinite, right? You just have to play through it. But like even thousands or hundreds of thousands in a week or tens of thousands in a week, like it's still really good for fucking playing the game. Yeah. And then like if you happen to get better at the game, and again, don't forget, you don't have to be number one or use the shop to maybe also win some bonk that's worth $500, because anyone who scores, I was going to do 10,000, but then I'm like a hypocrite, because like I didn't even get 10,000 on like the thing. You know what I'm saying? I got like 8,350. Yeah. But somewhere around, for the culture it'd be 6,900. So like I'm thinking that like 6,900 is a requirement. And then like anyone, every time you get that, maybe your wallet gets a little number next to it, or however we decide to do the raffle. We'll make it fair. We're basically like once you get above 6,900, your wallet gets saved. But then you have to say like, what if I did it like 17 times? Like what gives you the incentive to keep playing and keep playing? Well, I guess the incentive would be that you could potentially get first place, right? That might be the incentive. So, but we'll be very clear on the instructions, and the instructions will be accompanied with a video, and they will be pushed out by some of our friends, marketing teams. So like, you guys will be aware, but I just want to show people this because I thought it was really cool. And, everything's working with Bitcoin, and that payment rail is next for Satoshis to be used. And then we like to use a BRC20, but it's very challenging because of the way that you have to inscribe and send them.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping tap tokens give us the opportunity to do something very closer to an SPL or an ERC20, man. If I'm just being like fucking brutally honest, it just needs to be closer to like
more fungible.
Yes, it needs to be more fungible. Exactly. Closer to a token than NFT. So, all right,
Exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead, and you've got me taken off screen right now, right? Yes.
No,
So
hold on.
let me. Yeah.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
good.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and talk about this next thing. Before you show it, though, let me switch over to it. Log out of the runner. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show everybody is the first custom space that we've created. There's been a couple updates to it. The BTC Rastas have been very proactive about trying to get stuff built even before their mint had finished. I think there's still like 100 left to mint or something. And they had this idea where they would have a custom parcel built, which they paid for the asset to be created, that would act as an instance that they could offer as a parcel to holders of 5 or more of their NFTs, and make it part of their main Rastaverse district that they plan to put even more custom work into. And so we call it the Rasta Residence. But what this is supposed to do is show you guys an example of how we could do this for anyone. And then I'm also going to tell you what the everyday or the average person's parcel and resident experience would be like. So go ahead and share it if you can. The first thing you'll notice is we do have YouTube plugged in here. It is using the same audio from the game room that will be changed within the next 24 hours to a reggae themed, but the owner of the parcel will actually have the ability to change it themselves. So you'll be able to put whatever URL or URI you want to stream to this player. And then if you look over here, we have also put an arcade cabinet in the residence so that you could plug games of your choice. Currently, we have the Endless Runner plugged in, game we all just experienced and went over. I can view that in full screen, let me hit exit, or I can be redirected. I have now popped out to the website. So it opened the website in a new tab for me. And that's a really cool way for people to help others find like a project you're invested in or a game that you know what I mean? So we're pretty happy about that. You'll notice we've got a little bit of a nice little custom decoration over here against, we've got nice textures on the wall, and we have a pretty big space here, a couple tables, couple chairs. This could technically have different PNGs or JPEGs loaded onto it instead of the image of a yard. We thought that it would be cool to allow people to kind of, maybe it could look like you're in outer space, or it could be a picture of the planet, or it could be some of your ordinals, I suppose. We also think that that's a suitable use for the picture frame that's above the couch, and obviously being able to have little knickknacks or things that are part of an asset pack would probably be enjoyable. We'll make the desks interactive and the lights interactive and things along that nature, so that you have a little bit more freedom, and probably have the mirror either look back at you or do something when you click it. But it's basically just a little interactive environment that is yours to own and can support currently 50 players, but that'll be lowered to, I don't know, 10 people maybe you could let in here, or 8 people or something like that would be reasonable. We can build instances of any size to act as a parcel, but depending on the depth of that instance, the cost may be higher. Once you have a custom instance like this created, then it can be replicated infinitely, and then additional options and assets can be added to the game to allow people to change things. Like, everybody gets basically the same layout with maybe some texture and coloring customization originally, but it's basically all the same thing. And then you can allow them to maybe go into a menu system where they have different cosmetics and different items, or maybe different plugins that they want to put in, not just YouTube in the arcade. Maybe they have different things that, Jukebox, right, that connects to Pandora or Spotify's API, just as an example, or they want to maybe they want to do virtual charting, like trading view. Maybe they want to put a flat screen up, or maybe that's what this is over here. Maybe they put fucking trading view over here. You know what I'm saying? So
that'd be crazy.
It'd be shit, right? It'd be dope, dude. So just stuff like that, it's kind of the concept here.
Could you put a poker table in there with
course.
and actually, for example, you had 5 avatars in there, and you're like, let's play a poker game. Could you actually create something like that?
Yeah, if that's what you wanted in the space, and then so we got to thinking, okay, what about people who don't want custom spaces, but want a parcel inside of a district, whether it's our district or your district or whoever's district. So we thought, okay, well, we'll build a room builder. And so initially, the person who wants to buy the parcel, or you, the person selling the parcel, the person would need to choose like a small, medium, or large size parcel. And then those would have different costs to them, 25, 50, $100, right? And then what that could do is have depending on its cost and its size, there could be a plethora of assets, textures, and items that the person could self build the room.
Oh, okay.
So they basically walk into an empty space and they build it with a drop down. Like you ever done like a skate park editor on like Tony Hawk? You ever built a skate park?
Yeah.
Like that. You walk into an empty warehouse, all the different things that we would offer you or that you could unlock in some capacity would be there. And if you were to earn things or buy things from other instances, then since it's all one global game, you could buy cosmetics from a 3D artist in the future that was, selling GLB files that work in the game, or you could buy things that we put into the shop or whatever it might be, and you can bring them back to your parcel even if it's in another district because it's all part of the same game engine, right? So everything that we design or everything that is sold in one district will actually work in another district. So like it provides like a global in-game economy that spans across these different districts that could house all these different players. So now, how would you sell an instance? Well, you see the door. That's basically what creates it. Because when I click yes, I mean, it's not a fucking LARP.
Yeah.
Right? Give it a second and we'll load Bitmap Valley. I think I have 3 tabs open. I don't know if oh, you couldn't see that. I was like, fuck, did they just see that early? No, you couldn't see it. I clicked on the other tab. Oh my god. Oh
and
my
don't
god.
worry, this is recorded, so we'll be able to block anything out. So if you see anything, just let us know. We can block anything out.
Yeah.
Okay. BT Rasta.
That actually happened with the Rastas when we had them on. They put your thing up there, and then like 12 seconds later, they're like, "Oh no, we weren't supposed to show that." We're like, "Don't worry, man. We'll block it out for you."
Yeah, I was able to block it out. So
you might have to edit that little bit of a part there.
Yeah, I will.
Edit this part out, but I think it's the okay, cool. More so, I just gave myself an opportunity to figure out if it was the avatar because I'm logged into the chimp in 2 other places, so it probably about shit itself when I tried to walk out there on the same computer in another instance. It already has something open. So what you'll notice is that it put me over here by the tree. Why? Because I told them it shouldn't be public instance. I don't want people who are using the alpha to see that instance, but that doorway is basically the exit, and this is where the entrance was right over here. So as you can see, it takes me right out by the Bitmap Ballroom, the Bitmap Arcade, and then if we go a little bit ways over here, it's over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see, is that where Magic Eden is? Yeah, Magic Eden's right there. So this is the next thing that we'll go ahead and just show you real quickly. Yeah. Go ahead and pop on by. Yes.
If I could go in here and buy a friggin' Bitcoin frog, that'd be wild.
So that's the idea.
Yeah.
So basically, awesome. Magic Eden has a very limited ability to allow us to pull make API requests because of all the companies that basically try to rip them off. We're talking with some of them right now to get our servers API whitelisted so that we can make it, unlimited API calls from one individual IP address so that we can actually load all the collections functionally in Magic Eden. Right now, it's limited to like 5 at a time. And then it's obviously going in alphabetical order, so it's very annoying. But the idea is it works. You can see collections down there. You've got Bitcoin frogs. You've got little peepos, ordinal monkey babies. But you see what happens when I clicked on those ordinal monkey babies?
Yeah.
Or on the little peepos? Or on the Bitcoin punks, or in the BTC mutant virus, okay? So basically, once we can call to that API infinitely, we can allow a search bar that will just let you search Magic Eden for any collection, and then basically pull that collection up upon command. But if we have multiple users sharing an instance, then you can't do it. So what I might, well, unless they give us unlimited requests. So what I'll probably do is make the Magic Eden instances an individual experience. So whenever you walk in, you don't see 1 of 50. It's just like 1 of 1, right? Yeah. And then perhaps we can let you search. However, Ordinal's wallet marketplace doesn't restrict the API calls. I'll just let your minds wonder.
So you're gonna put a storefront for Ordinal's wallet as well? Just kidding.
Yeah, dude. So they're really cool. Randy and Elon are cool, and we're working on it right now. So here in the next few days, we should be able to display a very similar setup to this, but it'll be connected to the Ordinal's wallet marketplace, fully functional. I will also reach out to Gamma, and I will see if they will, if they're cool with us calling to their API, because I have talked to Elon and Randy about this. They're definitely down. They've provided us what we need. We're building the instance, and then we'll call to their API, create a search function, and you'll be able to search from there. Then we will also do this with Gamma and get them some exposure. And yeah, dude, it's pretty sick shit. So basically, Rasta left the residence, entered Bitmap Valley Square. Imagine this can work any way. We could sell parcels here in Bitmap Valley Square, which if we ever did that, we would probably only do it to projects. So like you see this building right here, dude.
Yeah.
That's a fucking based building for a project to buy, put some marketing on, and create a big instance inside of it. But it would be like someone who wanted to do something custom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, for instance, Ordinal Wallet Marketplace, right? Or Gamma, or some of these other people that we're working with. Yeah, anyway, you get it. So residents can be parceled. That's what's important about the residents. So remember, if you own a district, which we have a few hundred left, and I pretty much closed Wave 2 presale while we worked on some of these other things. Now we've got all this stuff ready to go, and we're starting to convert everything over to the website in which we can allow public access. And then, as I'll show you on the next screen, we have successfully been able to generate live interactive experiences using bitmap data. I'm going to explain to you why it looks exactly how it looks right now, and how we're going to make changes. And then the next time you guys see me, that's when we'll I'm going to stop showing that one. And then we have one more thing that I wanted to share with you guys. I promise not to make this long, and it's been fucking long as fuck, so I'm very sorry.
It's good. It's informational, man. That's like, I think people want to see what the updates are. So this is great.
Yeah, and I don't care if you edit out the shit earlier, whatever. I fucking had 3 avatars, 2 from the same account inside the main instance, and it was like, bro, you can't do that. So actually, it's kind of good. It wouldn't let me load the chip out into Bitmap Valley. It's like, no, bro. You gotta use a different avatar, use a different wallet, use something. So, all right. So this is the last one. It is the store. Hold on, real quick. Let me present. Share tab. All right.
Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna see if I can stop.
Okay, so I think he's he's connecting the
over there. Yeah.
Camera for that.
It's crazy how fast these guys work, man. Like I remember, like none of this was implemented just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of broke down like how developers are leveraging ChatGPT now. So
there you go. It was because I wasn't in the thing. And nope, the game's smart. It knows that I'm using StreamYard, which has control of my camera, so it will not allow me to open my camera. I guess I'm gonna have to make a just a video of it, or maybe you guys could find a way to record it. I'll give you the link to this. Yeah. Just anywhere in Bitmap Valley, you should be able to use the camera, and I'll give you the link. I'll give you the link to the Rasta residence because that should work. All right, here you go.
How would it work though? Oh, are you gonna show the?
Not here. Yeah, okay. You could just like do it later and
okay, gotcha.
Whatever fuck me, dude. It doesn't matter. But basically, whenever you guys check that out later, you'll see that whenever you turn on the camera, it's a little screen over the top of your head.
Like my actual head. Is that what you're talking?
No. The avatar in the game.
Okay.
The avatar, like my chimp here, he'll have a small little screen above his head, and it'll be your face and your voice. And so then an option that we're going to make for people is that instead of using your face, you could use the avatar's face, but still be on your webcam. So it acts as a filter, right? Just like on Instagram or something. And then if you come over to like one of these little things, we can have different assets here that could be like glasses or mohawks or different traits and hats that you could basically attach to that avatar, so that when you're interacting with people in like from your webcam, like personally interacting in here, you can still have your disguise, or you can have cosmetics that give you your own flavor, because not everyone's going to have their own personalized avatar. Not everyone's going to want to use the avatar, or maybe they don't want to use the ones that we provided. And we have a generic avatar that's being created that will have like, you can change like hair color, skin color, eye color, things like that, right? So that you've got just like a basic generic avatar that you can bring in with you. And then what if you want to use that avatar, and instead of like buying an avatar for somewhere or having a custom one made, you could just buy cosmetics or obtain cosmetics for the time spent, or for winning in games, or for visiting other spaces. And then those cosmetics could be what you use for your AR filter when interacting. And then what we can do is allow you to basically put that AR model into the real world, like into your environment, if you're on a phone. Right, we can't do it from a computer, but basically, that would, I really only put on the shop because I wanted to show you my fucking webcam over my head. But as you can see, you see how it's like a city skyline with like time and temperature and all that shit. So like, imagine that roster residence I showed you. You could have like a clock and the weather that's connected to your area. Like you can literally let it like see your location, right? You know what I mean? No different. Like you could read the data directly from your Windows computer, right? At the bottom, it just be like it's 11:30, you know, and 8:24, and it's fucking 80 degrees outside. So my thought was like these little instances, showing everybody these instances gives them an idea. You have a little shop area. You could have a gallery or exchange area. You have a bitmap ballroom, which is like a hangout and social area. We will add a bartender hooked up to ChatGPT that you can communicate with there.
That's awesome.
You've got the ability to put instance on buildings. You've seen that I can generate any bitmap in an interactive world and actually share that with someone. I can literally share the link to this world I'm running around in. Not world, but this maze I'm running around in with you guys. And you guys see the same thing. And if I type in, you know, let's go like really far back. Let's go block 6969.
You can change You can change the block for the store.
No. Oh fuck! I forget how this works, dude. I just like switching tabs. You know what I'm saying? Look, block 6969, dude.
One.
Just one. Fucking.
Can you make him jump up on top of that? I'm just kidding.
Actually, it would be. Oh my god, a climbing. Oh my god, actually,
dude, that'd be crazy. Like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, yeah, I mean, like eventually, if you guys somehow like integrate like a battle royale into Bitmap Valley, like a section of it, to where if they go into that instance, it becomes battle royale or something, that'd be really cool to be able to climb stuff.
We love that idea of making mini games out of this, and like I said, we even have people who want to be customers to make games, and they understand that like when you're making a game, a simple game loop might cost you thousands of dollars. A more complex one might cost you 10,000, 15, 25,000. Like people understand what it costs to build a game, and you are really building a whole ass fucking game. But it's just one of those things where like you don't have to build anything, and it doesn't even have to be that complicated. So obviously, Bitmap Valley is fucking cool as shit. It's obviously nighttime. Fucking love this place. The instances are dope. You guys have a better scope of what it looks like to generate a block on a massive land. We can combine masses. We can break them into quadrants. None of that's a problem. We talked about the store. Store will allow people to offer their own versions of cosmetics and create transactions. Obviously, this is just supposed to be set up to look like a little cosmetic store, but this could be an auction
customized
house. Yeah, it could be anything, right? We're just giving the example of a place that you could shop from or interact inside of. We don't know what everything that a person can think of or would want will be, but if we have enough examples to like get the gears turning in your brain, then you'll tell me a good idea and we'll build that good idea for you. And if others like it, then they'll copycat you, and that's a good thing. It's like not like to a T, we would never condone that. But like people might say, shit, I should do something like that.
Yeah.
Shit, I should do something like that. And then it also puts people in a position to like maybe become more formal with each other, and maybe we'll have district owners working together. Maybe we'll have them actually becoming friends. So hopefully this shit wasn't too boring for you, and some of the conversation got a little off.
No, I mean, like,
see my face the whole time.
Chris, I think like out of everybody that's building on Bitmap, you guys are doing the most customization, right? And I think maybe you guys had
interactivity, right? Like it's fully interactive. It's a fucking game. Like it's avatars running around in a city, going in and out of buildings and doing things together. Lots of avatars across collections. Multiple blockchain wallets can be connected. So it's like, bro, come on.
And y'all are listening to your user too. Right, so
you guys are the only ones that matter, dude. We're building for you. Like everything's a cool idea, and you know what I see on the timeline? I see some builders building things, and not just Bitmap, but like in general. And I feel like they're building in a reaction to FUD or to try to appease people that are currently not interested. Stop. Stop. Build for people that are interested, the thing that they want. And if they like it enough, their voices will be loud enough to make people on the outside interested. And if you can scale into new users, then you should be able to produce. But like, dude, if people don't care about the technology, then they're not going to give a fuck about the experience. They're not going to want to be a participant. And the only way that you're going to be able to do anything with them is based on a hype-driven narrative. Where does hype come from? It comes from marketing. What's the best form of marketing? Word of mouth, organic growth. So it's like, build for the people who care about the technology. Build the shit they say you can't build. Do the things that they think are stupid or impossible or too complicated. When you see other people using parlor tricks to gain favor and using verbiage that makes it grand, you have to step back and say, okay, am I doing the same thing? And what is the basis of comparison to what this person's doing versus what you're doing? And you stay on top of yourself. Like, you basically say, okay, am I offering a better thing? Am I doing the right thing? Or am I doing the wrong thing? Are they doing the right thing? Wait, should I have approached this differently? Okay, but you can't change the past. So what does the future look like? And why did you even make that decision in the past to begin with? And what would you be able to do moving forward to keep that honorable and successful? And that's basically the questions you're always asking yourself. When you see someone doing other shit, you say, are they doing it right? Or am I doing it right? Or is there a possibility that we can work together? Once people start trying to chase motherfuckers or like race motherfuckers, it's like, yo, bro, that's not it, because there's not enough people here to be like, there's not 100,000 active motherfuckers. You know what I mean? There's like thousands of active people. You need to be able to reach the demographic that speaks to you, and half of these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the technology. So then that means if you were working with 5,000 potential users, now you're looking at 2,500, and it could be months before you're back at 5,000, but you're never going to get to 10,000 if you don't make 2,500, and you're never going to make 2,500 if the first 500 aren't happy. So it's like, you gotta like, and the first 500 aren't going to be happy if the product is dog shit. So it's like, there's just levels to this, and we did have someone trying to DDoS it the other day. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. Pretty amateur thing. We won't turn over his IP, but like, we could. But here's the thing, we don't give a fuck. We didn't have Cloudflare or anything set up, so we've already got people that are like trying to fuck around. And not many people have this address it's very limited to a small group of people.
That's crazy.
Yes, I know exactly who the fuck it was, dude. I mean, 100%. And actually, anyone who knows me well enough, or like if 8-Bit sees this, you know who it was too. But and it's not him for sure.
Oh, okay.
So no, he's my homie. But like people trying to create narratives to serve their own purpose, and we didn't have anything set up because we didn't want to block any use cases. Plus, we know a lot of people have VPNs on their phones and shit like that. So we just didn't want to make it convoluted. There's about 60 people in a group called the Bitmap Valley Stress Test. I think you guys might even be in it also. Someone in that group definitely tried to DDoS, and I think they did it to try and I think they made some content to say like that it's a shitty
vulnerability.
No, like, that it's a shitty product basically. So when we saw the DDoS coming in, we went and logged in, and it was working fine, and we looked at the user IP and did a tracer.
The location
for the most part. I mean, it was a little obfuscated, but Saeed's a bad motherfucker. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We don't care about that because it's like really easy to prevent that from happening. We didn't have it set up, dude, because it's not live. You know what I'm saying? So like that person tried to be a cute guy. We laughed it off, and 2 hours later, good luck. So we definitely are just preparing for that launch phase. But again, you've already got haters, and you've already got people talking that shit and trying to outdo you, or not even outdo you, but like, I don't know what the
sabotage,
bro. I don't know what the fucking psychology is. All I know is that you are wasting your energy on some shit that is not gonna matter. Because no matter what words you fucking use, no matter what actions you fucking take, it is not gonna change my day to day. It's not gonna change what we're doing. It's not gonna change our experience. So like, brother, like, hating too much will give you cancer, right? Like it'll give you cancer, bro. Like you will fucking die an early death because
100%. I just never understood that negative, like consistent negative like energy. But
yeah, I totally understand getting fed up and telling a motherfucker how it is, but living with that shit and letting it become cancer in you, dude, it's like crazy. And however, as a founder, that's a good sign. It's a good sign when people are willing to try and go out of their way to disrupt the path you're paving. Ooh,
that means you got something working.
Yeah, like that's exciting. It's like, and so, you know, they probably don't expect that kind of reaction, but we're really excited, as you guys can tell.
For sure, and we're excited for you, and we really appreciate like what you guys are doing, and you coming on and updating our audience, your audience. We have mixed audiences, so we appreciate you jumping on with us tonight, Chris. Even though we know it's late, but I
appreciate it, fellas. Seriously,
no problem.
You guys are the best, and you're so consistent, right? Like, you know, you guys and Block Runner are the two people that I feel like I have the best relationships with. And then there's a couple more people. There was a gentleman who's, you know, mostly Spanish community, Alberto. He's really great. He did a cool video on us. He wants to do a short interview with me, like me and him, so he can you know, translate some of it into, so he can just like give people more information. But I thought that was really cool. And there was another gentleman we saw recently, but it's like, you the Hive or some shit, but like you guys are so consistent, and Block Runner is so consistent. I think you guys have been doing a great service to the space. I think that
we appreciate it.
I want you to, you know, I want you to keep growing this. Like, I know you guys work, and I know you come home and you like really put a lot of effort and time into this outside of your day-to-day tasks. And I even think you've got family, Yagobi, right? Do you have any kids, Shizzy?
Oh yeah, I got 2 kids, 9 and 7.
Me too, bro. 6 and 9, bro. It's like not even trolling. One of them's about to turn 6 in December, and the other one will be 10 in February. So it's like 5 and 9, right? So like, bro, with all of that, you still find time to be here. You still find time for the grind, and this is where like we're all sacrificing. It's not just late for me; it's late for both of you. Both of you have families. Both of you have jobs, and you know, tomorrow I'll wake up, get the kids to school. I won't be able to go back to sleep. Brain will start tinkering. I'll go straight to Discord, then to Twitter, back to Discord. You know what I'm saying? My breaks are listening to your guys' podcasts, or listening to the updates in the space, or going and listening to spaces in the audio. Like, I'm always surrounded by the information or the opportunity to either learn something or add value in some way. But I believe that all of us who are like, you know, you're not letting this go. Like, no matter how hard your day gets, you're doing a great, both of you, like, still show up, right? And that's the key to me wanting to even be part of your, like, you guys are always going to be people that I want to go to because you show up. Like, I don't give a fuck how many viewers you get right now or how many people. I don't get a lot of viewers right now, but I know we will. I know that if we stay consistent, and I know when things kick up, the longevity or the experience or the seniority, like one of those things is going to fucking matter. And when it does, not to mention you guys have been able to learn so much during this period, you might be able to change your lives in the next bull market and actually have like more time to do something meaningful and more time with your kids, which is like the one thing we all really, really sacrifice here. So
it's the
goal. I love you
Freedom.
Guys. Much love to you guys.
Dude, we appreciate that so much, man. Like we love this. So it's just like for us, this is our video game. You know what I mean? Like we get to talk to people that, you know, we wouldn't really have the chance to talk to without this. So it's, for us, this is just amazing, and we're learning every day. And I mean, this is amazing. Like, I got to sit here with you and watch you go over what you're building. That's fucking amazing.
It is kind of crazy,
you know. Like,
and the fact that I get to sit here and share it with you guys also feels crazy, 100%. Right? Like it's like who gave a fuck? Who?
Yeah.
I mean, if I shared the links on like Facebook or something to my friends and family, they don't even have a wallet, dude. Probably. You know what I mean? Like. They might have MetaMask, but we haven't really talked about that since whenever, you know.
You onboarded them to MetaMask? I can't get them to even get to that point.
Yeah, like, I mean,
they get them on Coinbase.
Cool. I have a couple family members that I was very forceful about buying ETH when it hit $88. Most of them didn't listen until like higher, like 2-3x. One didn't listen at all. He says this time he's going to. I told him to start buying Solana. Actually, the other day at my grandma's birthday, my cousin Zach, we haven't seen each other in a while. And he said, how close are you to retirement? I said, dude, I founded a tech company and an NFT project, and I'm building all these games and shit. I'm not close to retiring. You know what I mean? Like, it not even close. Like, because he knows how well I was doing for a while until I started sinking money into this shit. And then obviously you grow with your means. And even though we all made pretty good money over the last few years, like inflation has really gone up 40% or some crazy shit. Or 30. Like, you've basically lost like 30% of value that you would have had. Like, if you would have had $100,000 even, you know, 3-4 years ago, or $500,000, you know, dude, it wouldn't have worked out. And if you were bullish and you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building a bunch of shit that like an Unreal Engine game, for instance, and paying a bunch of people for marketing and artwork and stuff you never used and just a whole bunch of shit, you might be like, fuck, you know, not about to retire. But it's never been about retiring for me. Like, I do make a pretty decent amount with trading, and we bring in enough money to build what people are interested in. And then we bring in additional funds, which turns into profit whenever we sell services. So it's like we have a way for us to build things for you that are meaningful, and we have way to produce income through our SaaSes, and I have a way to feed my children. So, and none of it detracts from each other. Like, they're all complementary, but we're building on such a large scale that there's no way to hype this up. You basically have to like just produce it, and like it's almost like Wayne's World, which is like the corniest fucking thing ever, but it is almost like you have to just keep building and building and building, and eventually you'll build something and they will come. And that's like, we've seen these in like short instances. We just made a lot of mistakes with building an Unreal Engine first and creating a game in Unreal Engine. It just like was a really big waste of a lot of money, and it served us no purpose because no one gives a fuck. So we learned from that. We started building all this infrastructure. We produced the runner. We're midway through 2 other games. We stopped development on those completely to pump out Bitmap Valley. We're getting close to the claim stage of Bitmap Valley. When Bitmap Valley is more of a streamlined process and everyone's in there doing their thing. We'll have a small development team set to do custom work in Bitmap Valley while we finish out our other 2 game concepts, start to bring all those together between these 3 or 4 major blockchains, have payment rails for each blockchain. Dude, we're gonna have a fucking...
The vision is 100. I could tell the vision is 100% there.
So it's whatever, dude. Take us another fucking few months, and then this time next year will be like probably impossible to ignore, at least on like a person to person scale, right? And then we'll go from there. But I have a good feeling that this is going to be worth all the time and effort. And I mean, at this point, guys, we've been building in the space for literally 2 years, just over 2 years. So yeah, it's going to be hard for a person to play catch up. They should probably play friendly. And we maybe even talked about this the last time I was here, but like, don't play catch up, be friends, complement each other, help each other, grow ecosystem together, be an example for other motherfuckers, and set the tone. Because if you're being combative and you're using cheap parlor tricks to try and outdo each other, well, you know what? You're going to send a signal to like scammy people or ruggy people, and they're going to be like, shit, we could pull some parlor tricks. Even if your parlor tricks are in an attempt, because you're an honest person, right? Like, let's say I'm an honest person. I know what I'm building. I have no intentions of fucking people over. Let's throw out some additional parlor tricks to drive this hype narrative and promise something that we know we can deliver. I'm seeing this around, right? And it's like, people get a little confused, right? They say, well, it's okay to do this or do that because my intent is good. Yeah, dude. But if that works, the person whose intent is not good does not give a fuck what your intention is. They're going to copy your behavior and they're going to try to fucking fuck people over. And this is where I think that like being certainly better than others is important, because it makes it harder for scammers to like pull people away. So then this is the point of my rant here. You're competing against me and the scammers. How about we just compete against the scammers? Let's just work together. Like, if we just work together, then neither one of us is scamming shit, and we're transparent, we're out in the open, and we're able to actually produce more value to a small group of individuals and not leave room for some snake-headed motherfucker to come in. And I don't mean to be shitting on anybody, but there are people in this space that it's like, some of them I can see are really doing it and really trying and really, 2 in particular that I actually like. And then there's like 1 or 2 other ones that when I saw them, I thought, you're just, that's a parlor trick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you have to start asking yourself with the parlor trick, what's the intent or the outcome? If it's to sell a BRC-20, I get it. Just be honest about it. If it's to sell a product or a service like us, be honest. I never came in and said, dude, we're doing this all to change your lives. You know what I'm saying? No, we're doing this all because you guys bought some pre-sale and you funded the engine build, and we're doing more pre-sale so that we can keep evolving this and offering more back to the holders. And if you don't buy the pre-sale now, you'll fucking buy the remainders later when people are in here generating it. If people don't buy it now, they'll buy it later. Like, they will buy it. Like, that's all I know for fucking sure, is that people will buy into this. It's very limited, and it is on like a Bitcoin based metaverse that includes users from other blockchains. Like, you can literally go fuck yourself. That is an incredible like, that statement alone is incredible. It is a Bitcoin based, like, verified through Bitcoin assets using the block data to generate itself. So it is essentially a Bitcoin based metaverse that allows users from other chains to participate.
That's the cool part.
Go fuck yourself. That is incredible.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
I could just stop at that statement and we've done more than most.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Sure. Mwah, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, like, this will be the last thing I say because we are coming up on time, but like, I love the way that you handle kind of, I guess, like, any disputes or anything.
And that's a DX racer, motherfucker. That ain't some bullshit ass chair. That's a DX racer, motherfucker.
Because like I think I've only seen you like maybe respond or go at somebody that went at you, like you said, like let's get along, don't try to like, sneak up on me because I'll respond. And so I think that's how people should handle the space. Like I said, this will be the last thing I say, but is kind of like how you do it. Like I don't see you attacking other builders in the space, but I know that you're putting mental notes in the back of your mind for like the ones that you're noticing like that, but you're not sitting there screaming with a megaphone saying, "Hey, this motherfucker's right here, this motherfucker right here, this motherfucker right here," And so I feel like you're very, kind of, you have a good energy, is what I'm seeing. So
if I send there's only 2 messages I can ever send that should be frightening to another person online, and you would never see the message yourselves. The person would never, because I'll either be sending a piece of your social media information to somebody and saying, "Tell me everything about this person," or I'm sending your product or your claim or your promo, demo, whatever it is, to Saeed and saying, "These motherfuckers really think," and he goes, "Okay, bro, I understand." So you know what I mean? Like I just show him the stuff when I see things that I know are kind of like, oh, this is getting on the edge of maybe not, like I'm feeling uncomfortable about what I'm seeing, and it looks a little too close or sounds a little too close. It almost is as if it kind of sounds like something I would do or say. I send it to him and I say, "Look, I don't know what these motherfuckers are up to, but it feels like a copycat thing or a chasing thing. I just want you to see their progress." And I send him the progress. See, I send my team the progress of other teams. Y'all should just block me, because when I see your progress, I go, this is what this one's doing, this is what they're doing. It's not an attempt to defeat you. It's an attempt to understand. Well, first off, I don't want to waste my time, right? Yeah. Like if you're doing something that's dope or cool or is good, I'll send it to Saeed and say, "All right, these guys are doing this. I'm going to DM them and find out if we can work with them. So just understand that this product, like Ordinal's wallet, for instance, just understand that I need you to start looking into this." Or whenever we are working with raindrops and boots contracts on Solana, it's, "Hey, we're going to do a customizer that's 3D and on chain. Look at these contracts for boots, so that when it's time to make the customizer, you know how to do the contract." Like I will do this so that not only are we keeping up with everybody's progress and understanding their development, but we also can like help identify flaws in what they're doing or strengths in what they're offering, and we can make partnerships and we can work together to make an even better experience. So then when you choose to blatantly ignore me, well, now I have to wonder, A, what kind of actor are you? And 2, hey, Saeed, whatever you do, make sure it shits on this. That's it. It's just like we're either shitting on you or we're eating with you. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it has to be. Again, one day there will be hundreds of thousands of users fighting for all of this shit, and we'll be able to share the wealth, and the alpha chats will work again, and Twitter will still be called X.
We'll all celebrate. But yeah, it was a great show. Great show.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it,
absolutely
fellas.
Amazing, man. If you ever want to do this again, if you have an update you want to get out, hit us up. We'll do it like,
we are going to do it again whenever we actually finish the generator, remember?
Yeah.
And probably one of the first claims that happens on one of my lands to generate the actual example, we'll probably just do it here. I kind of like doing things in a way that they're more organic and more realistic, and this also leaves people no room to doubt. And in a speculative market, that kind of sucks because speculation drives hype. But in this instance, the amount of supply is so low and the utility is so great. I think that supply and demand and hype, I think it'll be enough. There'll be enough because the hype can't get convoluted by the supply. So whenever I think like just let anyone generate any city, okay, but how do you drive value to early adopters? And it's not that early adopters should be feeling like they're going to make money, but they should at very least feel like they're privileged or exclusive in some way. So then you allow those early adopters to decide, because they basically pay for the goddamn thing. This is the thing that the NFT founder fucking forgets, or the Ordinal founder forgets. Those people that are asking you questions paid for the whole fucking shindig, bro. Yep. Like, they gave you the money to do all this. So you do actually owe them motherfuckers at least some sort of answer. So then in my thought process is just like, okay, then they could tell me if they want us to open it up to more people. They can tell me if a person who has a verified bitmap can come and generate their own land for a flat fee and have their own district using the procedural like how I was jumping across them by just using a different number, right? Well, it's like we could technically just read your wallet, and if it's a verified address, then we could allow you to claim it and have a district that is modeled after that address, and we could do that for every single bitmap address, all 800,000 of them. But then your district's not special.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's going to actually be hard for people to visit your district. But if there's only 1,000 total districts live, and then you can sell parcels from those districts, well, like if we keep growing, 10,000 users, well, shit, we're going to limit the spaces to maybe 500 for the main square. And then once that 500's filled, number 501, he gets put in a random space that's open. Number 502, you know what I'm saying? And start to direct them towards spaces.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like, dog, if you got the time, we got the will. You know what I
mean?
Like,
eventually demand will outpace.
There ain't shit else going on, bro. If anything, like, motherfuckers are out there gambling. I think the reason they're even throwing money at us for pre-sales and shit like that is just because it's, like, pretty straightforward. It's like, hey, I'm gonna lose money on shit coins and leverage trades and NFT mints and all kinds of shit. Maybe secure something that's going to take a little bit of time that actually has some real utility and potential value behind it, because like you're likely going to lose $150 or $300. So it's like, I promise you that it's going to take me long enough to build this, and it's going to be sick enough that like $150 will be like a steal, or whatever it might be. So to me, it feels like you're almost just like parking your money with us while we build this shit out, and then you're getting something back of, in my opinion, greater value. Obviously, I can't prove that. Obviously, I'm not a psychic, and I have no idea what the market does. But I do know in spaces, I keep hearing that the gaming meta is coming. The next meta will be gaming, and we're starting to look at all these gaming tokens. I'm hearing this all the time. Yeah, no shit, dude. Like, it just, because all of us have been building gaming meta for 2 fucking years, and that's how long it fucking takes. So now everybody's pumping shit out, and you got motherfuckers that have been building gaming meta for 2 or 3 months thinking they're like, I just want to help them, dude.
Yeah,
that's it. I just want to help them, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Oh yeah.
Drink Coca-Cola. Right. No, Coca-Cola's gone. Go grind out Diablo instead of fucking. There's nothing I can do. It's 12 o'clock. Here's the thing about being 12 o'clock. This is like between like 12 and 2, because some are so like Germany is sometimes, but not right now. He's doing other shit with a different. He's early founder, good friend, found great opportunities doing other stuff. He's doing good, Alexander. But like Bobski, I think, is in Africa, and then Saeed and half the team is Dubai, and I think we've got a couple people in Canada, 2 or 3 in United States, right? So like for like the next 2 hours, you're in like this transition where the European people are starting to get up, and then like Dubai and stuff is starting to be more active. And I'll get an art update for the IMSO Immortals today from a gentleman who's 12 hours away, because it's noon for him right now, right? So I'll go to sleep, and then I'll wake up at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and he'll have shit ready for me, and it'll be the afternoon for Saeed. And then by 2 p.m., when I'm starting to get to go get the kids, now Saeed's starting to get ready for bed. Dude, it's crazy. But this is like that one block. Remember how I told you I was losing 2 hours every night? This is it. 12 to 2. This is my 2 hours to play fucking Diablo. So until MK1, dude, listen, I'm also a video game nerd. Like, I don't get that much time to play. I'm a very high level Hearthstone player. I was recorded in World of Logs for many years as a wrestler shaman. League of Legends account was beta. We probably went over this last time. Mortal Kombat 1, I just played that beta. Dude, it is fire as fuck. Yeah. And it dawned on me, 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
30 years since I
feel
put
old.
Dude, Blood Code on Sega Genesis, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking ABACABB start. Like, I will never forget that. Bro, I put that in so many times, and I am 36? I'm 36, dude. I don't know. I feel 25 every day. I'm 36. And I'll never forget not being able to hang out with this kid, Tom Alm, for like, I'm talking till we were in middle school. We didn't hang out.
Yeah.
Had no idea. His mom called my mom. She was fucking heated because we were in kindergarten and I came to his house and he did have Mortal Kombat on Sega. But if anyone knows, Mortal Kombat on Sega is not a graphic game unless you put in the blood code at the beginning menu.
Ooh.
And then what that does is that enables fatalities and all kinds
Oh
of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I think I used to get the magazine, like the Nintendo Power or whatever the magazine. It probably wasn't Nintendo Power for Sega cheats, but whatever the magazine was, I used to get it. And I just never forget going to his house, putting that blood code in, me and him going hard on it. I knew the Sub-Zero fatality, it's forward down forward high punch. So like I still know it today, right? I ain't taking the shit off and the cartwheels to the king, but he had never seen it before. I had barely seen it before. His mom saw it, but instead of being a lame ass, she just like told no. No, instead of her being lame and ruining the party for us right there, she told my mom about it, and next thing you know, I was not allowed to hang out with Tom Alm anymore. And Tom Alm wound up being a pretty good friend in the future. Like in high school, we wound up actually being pretty good friends. So it was just really crazy. Like, and then to see that come full circle 30 years later, with Mortal Kombat 1, which obviously take the last 10 minutes out of this, dude. But like with Mortal Kombat 1, it's so fucking fire.
Bro, keep it this whole thing. I love this.
Dude, it's so fucking fire. Smoke and Reptile. I'm going to be out there fucking people up with Smoke and Reptile. All right, fellas. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette, get in a little bit of Diablo, and then get ready for bed.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. See ya.
Appreciate you, Chris. Wow. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
It's late for us. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll probably have this out in the morning, so it'll be early for you guys. But we appreciate everything. We appreciate you guys watching. If you tuned in this long, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Peace.
All right. So